It feels good to be back on a Sunday, even though it's a holiday. Happy Easter Sunday watch along day. We're going to be doing Backlash 2001. I didn't think we'd be up here at all tonight to do a watch along because of my usually very busy work schedule on Easter weekend. But yesterday, I started to realize that I'm probably only going to be busy in the morning and in the afternoon, and I should be able to be home at night to do a watch along if we want to do one. Asked you guys on YouTube if I should do one. You said, hell yeah. So here we are. It's kind of on the fly, a little bit impromptu. I only decided this yesterday. So hopefully enough people got a chance to see the announcement and will hang out with us tonight if you're not too busy. Very exhausted, Greg, coming at you today because I'm operating on about, 4 hours sleep last night. Then I had to get up at about 8:30 in the morning, which is very early for Greg. Maybe not early for a lot of people, but early for me. And work all day. Those lovely brunches. I have to do about 1 or 2 of these a year. That's it. I've got a Brock Lesnar's contract at my job, but I had to go in there and work that madness today, and it was quite exhausting and draining. But here we are, cold one next to me, Backlash 2001, queued up on the cock, and we're going to hang out since we haven't been here in a couple of weeks to do a watch along due to WrestleMania. So let me just say hi to everybody in the chat. Let you guys go over to Peacock, pull up your Backlash 2001. You want Backlash Season 3, Episode 1, 2 hours, 43 minutes, 33 seconds is the runtime on the cock tonight. So this will be a nice quick one. We'll get it done in under 3 hours, and it should be very, very fun. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend and a great week. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to check out my WrestleMania weekend review that I dropped on Friday night, 2 hours long, highlighting and documenting my entire experience there through WrestleMania and WrestleCon weekend. It's on the channel now. Most of you have probably seen it. If you haven't, please watch it, like it, comment, all that good stuff. Let me say hi to the chat. We'll mess around for a second, and then we will get going on Backlash 2001. I have not watched this pay-per-view in a long time. I know it's Triple H and Austin right after they formed the two-man power trip, taking on the BOD, and other than that, we got a really good hardcore match on this pay-per-view. I'm pretty sure that horrific Duchess of Queensberry match is on here too. The hardcore match I remember being really good because I'm pretty sure this is the one where Rhino spears the shopping cart. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else is even on this card, so it'll be fun watching it. We should have a blast. Good to see Zane G, my boy. Good to see you. He hung out with us last Friday in LA during WrestleMania weekend. Thanks for stopping by, Zane. Always good to see you, my friend. Good to see Tatanani, Jeff McMahon, Population 420 in the house. We are pro wrestling. Good to see you, man. Gerard, Domo, Rodrigo as well. We got Smitty in the house, the big guy. We have Vash Starwind, Deshaun Robinson. Good to see you, my friend. The Juliet. Some good channel members in here already. Big J, happy you are here as well. David Brown, not sure if I got you. Glad you're here as well. George Morris, there you are, bro. Thank you for the $5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito Strudel? Back to her old self following ear infection. Backlash 01, 0 out of 10. This is when I lost interest. Wow, this is a 0 out of 10 one for you? Okay, well, if you're going to hang out and watch this one with us anyway, that's props to you for sitting through something that you clearly hate. I'm surprised that this is the pay-per-view that did it for you. I was still very interested at this time. It would take another year or two before I would begin to say, I don't think this is the WWE that I remember. Wasn't quite there yet, but it sounds like this is what did it for you. Pretty surprising. So maybe this will be better 22 years later, and hopefully you can stay with us the whole time. Tito's great. He's in his little fort. See that little plaid shit on my couch back there? He's under that right now, sleeping like a baby kitty. JJ Leg, good to see you. Ben Espinoza is here as well. Very awesome. Der Hanau, thank you, man, for being here as well. Michael Kumo chiming in with $2. Yo, Greg, yo, chat. Happy Easter, y'all. Happy Easter to everybody who celebrates Easter. It's Hide the Eggs Day. That's all I remember it being when I was a kid. Easter egg hunts and chocolate candy and all that shit, and terrifying Easter bunnies to scare all the kids half to death. What a crazy, and I forget what you do. I think you put milk and cookies under your pillow for the Easter fairy to come down the chimney. Is that how it works? I forgot the rules. But anyway, it's something like that. Hopefully everybody, especially those of you with kids, had a great Easter today because it's usually a pretty fun day for children. I remember having a blast before I was like 10 years old on Easter, looking for eggs, all that stuff. Fun shit. Jay Lambo, good to see you. Zach Palgett is in the house. Chris Maycock here to watch the Peacock. Nice to see you as well. What's up, Jay Lamb? I'm sorry, WWE fan. Did I get you? I might be doing some double shout outs here. Chris Maycock, I am not in LA. I am in San Diego, about 2 hours south. So that's why it was a pretty easy trip for me to make to WrestleMania. Oh, this is Shane jumping off the Titantron. So he's done 2 of these? Wow. I was thinking, yes, because I was at SummerSlam 2000 when he would do the Steve Blackman thing. I didn't realize he climbed to the top and dove off this. Interesting. Okay. Shane McMahon is crazy. Hopefully he will not tear his quad. We got Ray Frand in the house, Andy Linnell. We got Transferring Heat. Awesome. Nice little crew in here. As usual, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. All of you guys who are here, I know are subscribers, but in case you're not, I would really appreciate it if you would click that subscribe button too. We are on the road to 40,000. Should get there pretty soon with our current growth that's been happening. So that's our next target, is the big old 40K. So in this time, hopefully you have gone over to your Peacock, pulled that up. We'll do a countdown here in just a second and hit play together. Like I said, Season 3, Episode 1 of Backlash on Peacock, 2 hours, 43 minutes, 33 seconds. And I don't think we should waste too much time. We should get into this just so I can maintain as much energy for you guys as possible, because Greg is tired. But I did not want to miss an opportunity to do a watch along tonight if I could do one. So we are here. And maybe next time we'll do, I don't know, Spring Stampede, a WCW one. I know next month in May, I'm definitely doing Judgment Day 2003 because I was at that show. And I don't know if I've really ever talked about that show before, never done a review on it or anything. And I attended the show. So we're going to do that one next month. And that should be fun. But I will take all the suggestions you got, what to do next week for the rest of April and even a little bit into May. Hit me with your suggestions. Everybody else that's chiming in, Gerard, anybody else that I might not have gotten, hello. And let's rock and roll. Okay, so go over to the play button. We're going to do a countdown from 3 and hit play together. Once I do, the timer above my head will start to run. And if we experience any interruptions whatsoever on your end or my end, we're just going to sync up with the timer. That's going to be our savior there in case we have any problems. We usually don't, but you never know. So just keep that in mind. All right, here we go. I got to get my finger ready first. Okay, now we're ready. Countdown from 3. All ready to rock? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Boom. Feel like I'm 1 second off. I can live with 1 second. No big deal. All right. He who has the gold has the power. So this was right after The Rock, I guess, was suspended on that Monday Night Raw after Mania in that cage match, right? So there's no Rock right now. And Taker and Taker and Kane kind of emerged as the top contenders. Now, I do know the following month, Judgment Day 2001, all I really remember about that show is Triple H and Kane having a hell of an Intercontinental title match. I just thought that was so good. And I believe Kane won that one. Austin would beat Undertaker that night. Interesting that that's 2 years removed from another May pay-per-view where Austin faced Taker and he lost the title to him the night Owen died. And then I think it was the next night on Raw where Benoit and Jericho beat Triple H and Austin for the tags, and that's when Triple H would get injured. So Triple H is about a month away now from being injured and being gone for the entire invasion and all that shit. And what a weird time. So this is the night that Triple H and Austin won all the gold. Very strange after their feud that they would actually be teaming up after what Triple H did to Austin. But I'm sure we'll talk about that. All right, let me get myself situated. Barely Legal is a good idea, Tatanani. That's actually a good idea. We should do Barely Legal maybe next week. Is that a 3-hour show or a 2? That's on Peacock, right? It's probably so heavily edited, though. Probably sucks, doesn't it? You know, I will say this. This seems to me to be the real Backlash song here. I love the Backlash set back then with the swinging hooks. Shit looked gnarly, man. You could get cut very badly, injured. Oh, they're in Chicago. I know that venue. I didn't realize this is where the pay-per-view was. Oh, what a building. Home of WrestleMania 13, 22, and Backlash 2001. King of the Ring 2001 might be good. I usually like to try to bounce around from years. I usually don't like to I don't want to do like 2 pay-per-views from the same year, like back-to-back weeks. It's kind of a weird rule that I have, but that's usually what I try to do. But there's certainly no rule against doing that. So And here come the Dudleys. Oh, there was Spike too. I have no idea what this match is. I love it when people come out to the ring and I don't know who their opponents are or who they're facing. It's like one of my favorite parts about watching these. Do I remember Backlash 2007? Vaguely. No, I don't. So let me, that would have been right after WrestleMania 23. So something with Shawn and Cena or something? I don't know. No idea what happened at Backlash 07. Probably Undertaker and Batista, maybe. I don't know. I've not even opened my frosty beverage yet. So who are they facing? Oh, X Factor. Is this a song they were using, or are they dubbing out Cracker Boy or whatever the song is? I feel like this is edited. Look at the shape X-Pac's in. Dork Factor. Jimmy's Reviews, good to see you. HBK and Cena versus RKO. Oh, HBK Cena rated RKO 4-way. Hey, that ain't so bad. Yeah, this is definitely edited. Feels like it, Victor. I almost, you know what pay-per-view I thought about doing today? It might have been Backlash 06. It's whatever one where Vince teamed up with God. I thought that would be really funny to do today. But I also didn't think that I would really like that show very much, so I decided on this one. But I actually did have that thought of doing Backlash 06 or whichever one had the Spirit Squad and all that. Whatever year that shit was. I think it was 06. All right, Dudleys are off to a hot start here. JR Falls, no Jerry Lawler. Yeah, Jerry was gone. This is when he left, when they fired Stacy. He would return on a show that I attended live, night after Survivor Series. A few months later. Chicago crowd already wants tables. Yeah, Justin Credible was good. He was another outside kind of satellite member of the Clique. He was never a full-blown Clique member, but he was friends with all those guys. Yeah, Heyman was on commentary during the entire absence of the King, from the night that he left to the night he came back. It was all Heyman. Oh. On JC. Oh, I didn't even catch Teddy Long. There. Didn't even notice him. Thanks for pointing that out, JJ. Devon and X-Pac, a couple of guys I saw at WrestleCon this past weekend. 8 3/8. That's what size head he wore, or what size head he has. Our fitted hats that we had in like middle school baseball. I remember being like I had a small head. I've always had a small head. 7 5/8 or something like that. It was my size. And I remember them struggling to find one small enough for my little ass head. Now they're going to crotch poor Devon now. Well, Justin Credible is definitely a better name than Aldo Montoya. I watched this, I forgot what it was. I'm always fascinated with like prison escapee shit and stuff. I don't know why. You know how like women love like murder shows and like CSI type stuff. Like I'm really like into like watching people escape from prison. And for some reason, no matter how horrible they are, I root for them to escape. I don't know why. Probably because I'm sick. But there was one guy who wasn't bad at all. He just was into some fraud and shit. And he fled He fled down to Mexico just to try to, because he had 1,000 warrants out for his arrest and stuff. And he named himself Just in Case. And he's like, I thought it would be pretty funny to call myself Just in Case. I'm like, to me, that would be a big fucking red flag. I would try to use any other name that's not going to stick out, a name that you would read and forget right after you see it. And I did not think it was a very good strategy. If you're running from the law, don't name yourself X-Pac, you know? Smitty, I don't remember the timeline. So Test and Albert, yeah, he must have been well done with Test by now because TNA was the year before. Maybe a little bit of 01, but yeah, TNA, I think it already ran its course. And Trish was probably women's champion around this time. Oh, no, not yet. She's still pretty early. Fucking Mancow sign in the crowd. He's a Chicago DJ, right? Yeah, he was at the Slammies one year. Go, Aldo. Jock straps don't belong on the face. Glad you finally learned that. Oh, Test and Albert weren't separated? That's good. Did they go through some counseling or something, try to work it out? That's good. You always root for them. I'm glad they stay together. Maybe Dr. Shelby came in and kept Test and Albert together. It's heartwarming. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. I don't even know what you call that. Double underhook, and then you kind of lift the guy straight up vertically into a suplex. Jesus Christ. Oh, I saw the Beckham Jr. to the Ravens deal. Was that a one-year deal? What is he going to do for them? How many touchdowns does he have on the year? 5? I'd say 5. Not sure if he's going to be worth that whatever million they paid him. I think the only way you get your money's worth out of Odell is if he stays healthy the whole year, and he has a great year. But that's a big if. I think there's a 10% chance of that happening. Bubba Bomb. Oh, poor Sean. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a weapon. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to bring him in. It's just when you get those star receivers, when they start getting on their last few years and kind of bouncing around teams, they're just shells of themselves. But hey, he's a weapon, right? What do I know about football? I barely even watch it these days. What's up? Those commercials. God. I don't understand why Devon always has to get it. Like, why don't you get it, Bubba? Because every time you send me out there to get tables, I usually get beat up or kicked in the face. Bubba and Adrian, that's some beef on beef there. Jesus. I know, Tatanani. I got high hopes for the Lions. There we go. X Factor with the win. Bubba pinned by X-Pac. The Lions, they came in hot last year too. People are like, oh, they're gonna have a great year. They went 0-6 or 1-5 or some shit like that before turning the corner. So let's hope they don't start out shitty. If you start 0-3 or something, like what's the point at that point, you know? So I will not believe the Lions are good until I see it. So this sounds like one of the better. Oh shit, they got tables. This is one of the better chances the Lions have, I think, to actually do something, make some noise, but we'll see. They're still the Lions. Oh, no. All this extracurricular. We got a table in the ring. Oh, we're going to put heels through a table to make the Chicago crowd happy. That's nice. X-Pac, I think it's going to happen to you, buddy. 3D to Xy. Kid, I'm glad you're heavy enough to break these tables, because if they would have delivered that move to you in 1993, that table might have not broke. Wizards of the Wicked Wood is what JR has called the Dudleys. Glad that never made a t-shirt. I would have liked to go to a show at the Rosemont Horizon when wrestling was hot. Being in the crowd for that Brett and Austin match, or anything else awesome they've done in that building. The Dudley dog. So stupid. In ECW, it was the acid drop. Even when Spike got to WWE, they stopped. They never called him Little Spike Dudley, LSD. They were just Spike Dudley. I'm like, come on, WWE, have some fun. Uptight bricks. All right. Oh, we got a big limo. Look at these guys. Little earpieces. Who is this? Vince? Oh. Duchess of Queensberry. Who wears a long sleeve collared shirt and a Speedo? Rigo, you couldn't put pants on for this girl? She's the Duchess. This was one of the dumbest things they've ever done. I don't remember anything about it, but I remember being in my house that night watching it with my two buddies that watched everything with me. And we all thought this was really stupid. Your ladyship. Take your ladyship to her quarters. And by quarters, I mean the locker next to the big show. He had burritos for lunch and broccoli. He washed it down with some broccoli. So good luck, Duchess. Lillian. Oh, Ultimate Submission match. I forgot about this. Is this like 30 minutes or something?
He knows I own you. He knows that later tonight, the clock may show 30 minutes, but to him, it's going to seem like a lifetime. If you'll excuse me, I have to shine my medals.
Lillian, if you'll excuse us, we have to shine our medals. God, Lillian. Sunday Night Heat. Jerry Lynn won the light heavyweight title on Heat. I guarantee I have this Sunday Night Heat on tape, because all these pay-per-views, I would tape the Sunday Night Heat as well. It exists right there on that there hard drive over there. So many of those Sunday Night Heats would it would either come on before or after Jackass. So I'd have a lot, like the first season of Jackass, and I'd have a lot of those first seasons on some of my wrestling tapes. I want all you kids to, when you have time after this live stream, I want you to Google these initials, VCR. It's a device that you would put these long rectangular like tapes in. You should also Google tape and put it in the machine, and it would plop in there, and you would play it, and then it would show what's on the tape on your television set screen, your color TV screen. So Google that, research it tonight, and let me know what you think about VCRs, because if you want to know how I used to watch wrestling back in the day, it was using those things. This match apparently is pretty good. Now, Raven came in, I think, late in 2000. He's got a shopping cart with trash cans. There's a Raven on it. There's also a stop sign in there. Trash can lids. Something else. Yes, be kind and rewind. Okay, so we are now into the Volume 5 era, and that's when I stopped caring about DVDs, or CDs, excuse me, music CDs. As soon as Pie came out, that fucking song Pie, I'm like, what are they doing? This is so stupid. I hated Pie, hated it. That was the dumbest thing The Rock's ever done. Did not think the song was good or funny at all or clever. It was stupid. And hated it then, hate it now. Oh, there's a kitchen sink in there. That's good. Their use of weaponry. Boy, Paul E is calling a lot of his boys shit here. And here comes Rhino. Oh! Drop toe hold right on the stop sign. We're off hot. Somebody on Twitter said this was the best hardcore match of all time. I remember very little about it except for the shopping cart spot. I do remember that, but I thought they had some pretty good hardcore matches in the beginning too. Like I remember in maybe it was 99, that pay-per-view where it was either Al Snow or Bob Holly got thrown in the river or something. They were pretty good then. There was another one on Raw, like late around Christmas time, involving Road Dogg. They were out in the snow. I remember that one being pretty good. But apparently this one is really good. Good to see you, Mike. X Factor. Ooh, beat the Dudley family. Wow, Raven with a bump. JJ. Yeah, you better Google what a VCR is because, you know, you're not going to understand the story if you don't Google it, you know. I'm not just going to put a VCR in front of your face with no story. Where's the story? How am I going to draw in casual fans if I just give you a VCR with no backstory? So, I understand, JJ, but got to do your research if you want to be a subscriber here. All right, Raven's sitting in the chair. Rhino's going to run up the steps. Oh, God. Ugh. I mean, some of these chairs, I can't believe I'm 45 years old and I still don't fully know this. I know some of these chairs are gimmicked because I've been to enough house shows to see chair shots and when they look plastic when they throw them outside the ring. But sometimes, man, like I know these guys are big and bigger than us and stuff, but sometimes they flatten these chairs like they're fucking aluminum. Have you ever picked up one of those steel chairs, a real one? They're not that light, and you'd have to hit a motherfucker pretty hard for pieces to fly off of it, which we've also seen. And I always question how legit these chairs were, but man. And there's the kitchen sink. Yeah, what color? I don't have a steel chair preference. I guess the best ones are probably black, but shit, I don't know. Keep off. God. Rhino just ripped off one of the keep off signs of the barricade and bashed Raven's face with it. Yeah, those aluminum trash cans are shit. Nobody even uses those anymore. I've kind of crapped on the trash cans before. I'm like, when have you ever seen those circular, like Sesame Street Oscar the Grouch style trash cans sitting outside a house? They don't even make those things anymore. I mean, I'm sure they do, but who the hell uses them? I guess WWE's got a prop department or a prop warehouse where they make all this shit, but that shopping cart's legit, though. I wonder what grocery store. So they're in Chicago. Let's see. I don't know what stores are in Chicago. That might be a Kroger or a Publix or something like that. Yeah, this is a pretty good card. Although I do know that Regal and Y2J match sucks ass. Shane and Big Show. Is this the one where Big Show comes out as Hogan? No, that was the year before. That's not this match. Okay. Year before. All right, shopping cart is in the ring. Oh, drop toe hold on. Oh, man. Jesus. Man. We opened up the match with a drop toe hold, and Rhino got suckered into another one. Oh, my God. I mean, what are these things made out of? There's no way that's a real handicap parking sign. Damn, Rhino. Jesus Christ. God. Rhino's getting his ass kicked. Look at Raven go. This match should be over. That was an incredible sequence. Raven just unmercifully beating Rhino to death. Multiple shots to the face with a street sign. Gnarly bulldog. Okay, we got the shopping cart. Smitty, pretty sure it would have been Spring Stampede. Oh, is usually April, I think. God, and Rhino took another shot to the face, and then May would be like Slamboree, usually is what WCW did. Uncensored's in there too somewhere. Uncensored might be March. Spring Stampede, April, I don't remember. Oh, here we go, here we go. Rhino trying to get up. Oof. I really don't know who wins this match. I'm assuming Raven might, but this has been all Raven. I mean, Rhino's had some offense, but Raven has just been... Wow, here we go again. There, finally, Rhino on some defense. Come on, man. He's just been taking punishment. Ooh, Uncensored 1995 might be a good one, Tatanani. I remember that one. Oh, so good. This is Raven's chance. Oh, wow. Go Raven. Is this it? No, he kicked out. If Rhino winds up winning this, after all the punishment he's taken, damn. Let's check on a Rhino. Oh, one. And he wins with a spear after all of that. Unbelievable amount of abuse and punishment the Rhino took, and he still won with one spear. Crazy. Damn, Rhino. They should have brought Raven back. I'm surprised Vince didn't, because Vince is so Vince. I actually cannot believe that they did not resurrect Johnny Polo. Sounds exactly like something Vince would do. Ah, good shit. I heard Raven one time talking about Brett's dad. Stu, Like beef stew? I'm hungry. Let's eat. He was so funny as Johnny Polo. All right, we got Shane and Big Show next. Not my favorite pay-per-view graphic this time. I hated this pay-per-view poster. It's too black and plain, but I didn't have time to make up something nice, so that's all y'all got. Heyman wearing that WWF hat cracks me up. Shane and the Beanstalk. So is Shane a babyface or a heel? Oh, wait, he's probably babyface because he just bought WCW. Maybe Shane wouldn't be fully heel until the invasion started. I'll get a nursery rhyme from Shane. Mm. Ooh. Vince grinned from ear to ear upon seeing the crash. Said you two will compete this Sunday at Backlash. Once the match started, the Giant looked high and low, but he couldn't find Shane. Which way did he go? Up to the top of the mighty Beanstalk. The people were stunned. They could barely talk. Fairy tale ends with a mighty crash landing. It was all said and done. Shane O'Mac is the last man. All right, so this is a last man standing match. What the hell is the finish to this thing? Jesus. Cole, I've spoken to you before about this frosted tip shit that you're doing. You need to knock it off. Oh, hi, Stephanie. If you would just apologize to Dad, just apologize. Yeah, because if there's one thing we've known Vince to be, it's reasonable. Oh, yeah, Vince lives in the real world. Of all people who live in the real world and are in touch with reality, it's Vince McMahon. Even when Vince was young and not insane, he was not in touch with reality. Oh, here comes Austin and Deborah. I can't see Austin because he's wearing camouflage, but apparently Deborah's there. I see the belt. Austin just kind of blends into the background there. Kevin Kelly. Mm-hmm. You. Duchess of Queensberry, hello. Your Highness. Yeah, what's the rules? Coachman, you're a commoner. I'm sitting here in my long sleeve button down collared shirt and my Speedo trying to look distinguished here, and here you are messing things up, sunshine. Yeah, potato sack races in Kansas City or wherever you're from. Now bugger off. Fuck, Coachman? God, that guy. Messing with the Duchess. Don't look anyone in the eye because they're jealous of her beauty. Yeah, we are. There's one thing, if there's one person I've always wanted to have sex with, it's George Washington in a dress. Yeah. All right. Raymond, did I meet Michael Cole at WrestleMania 39? But no, I yelled to him from my seat, and he looked over and said, "What's up, Greg?" And I said, "Good to see you, man." And we shared a moment. No, I'm kidding. I would never say hi to Michael Cole. Even if he was standing right next to me, I wouldn't say hi to him. God, what's up with Regal's eye? Damn. Where'd he get that? WrestleMania? It's bad enough when Regal gets besmirched, but Regal besmirches me by trying to pull off a collared long sleeve shirt with a Speedo. Regal's doing the besmirching. Oh, he peed in his tea. It's so great. That face he makes. It's like the cop in Dumb and Dumber when he pulls him over and he drinks the beer bottle full of piss. Duchess and Queens. I'm gonna eat half of this gummy. Is this match 4? The IC? Those swinging hooks. I love Regal. See, now they wouldn't build that apparatus. They just have that big screen and they just show hooks swinging on it. That's probably what they'll do in Puerto Rico. Hello, everybody. Hello. I have no idea when Michael Cole blocked me. Probably around the time that I told him he didn't look tough enough to be in a boy band. Somewhere around there. This is such an we were criticizing the shit out of this because they built this up on TV. Like WWE, like a lot of their storylines and were on fire back then, and their angles were pretty hot. Now, not everything was a hit, but this is the Intercontinental title. So even though they did some stupid shit in the Attitude Era, I just kind of assumed that this probably would not be terrible, even though it sounded crazy. But like, who is this woman? Where'd they find her? Who the hell is she? What's the point? She's just out there. I don't even totally recall who wins this. I'm pretty sure Jericho does. I just remember not getting it. Like, I don't get it. Like, all of this was talked about, discussed in creative meetings. It was written down, booked. They ordered this chair. They flew in this woman. They had wardrobe come up with this slutty Ben Franklin look. I don't understand what they were thinking. Whose idea was it? Is this Brian Gewirtz? Is it his idea? All right, here comes Y2J. Love this old entrance of Jericho's. I was in the building many times when this very entrance happened. I've seen Jericho win the Intercontinental title and lose the Intercontinental title in person before. Yes, Jericho. Is he not wearing the title? He did. That's right. He debuted in this building. This fool is still wrestling. He does not look like he does here anymore. as good as Jericho is in the ring, and he was terrific and phenomenal back then. Imagine like if you had Jericho's charisma with RVD's ring ability. He'd be an even bigger star. Regal. Jericho was really into showing these photoshops back then. Regal. How dare you besmirch the Duchess? Oh, yeah. Thank you. When they showed the video package earlier, I saw Jericho with the Intercontinental title. So I was thinking he was still IC champion, but that's right. Triple H beat him, and he's IC champion right now going to the tag title match in the main event. Totes forgot. That's why you guys are here, to jog my memory. I always get a trip out of like 7 and 8 year old kids in the front row and stuff because they're like almost 30 now. I was 24. Timmy White. Shout out to Timmy White. Isn't Jericho's at charisma plus RVD's athletics just current Seth Rollins? Maybe current Seth Rollins, but not Seth Rollins in general. Seth Rollins had a lot of his career where he was not connecting at all from a character standpoint. Jericho's always been really funny, even in WCW when he was throwing his temper tantrums and stuff. You could see it then. I'm like, this dude is an entertainer. Freaking Moon Goose McQueen, all that shit. All that Fozzy stuff. It looked like they were trying to do like a Spinal Tap parody or something, but they should have done one of those with Fozzy. It would have been pretty funny. Have a bunch of drummers like spontaneously combust or whatever. Would have been hilarious. Ooh. First Hall of Famer in this match, you mean like so far tonight? Dudleys are in, aren't they? X-Pac's in? I mean, DX wise he is, and then I think X-Pac's in twice already. I just met a Duchess. Kirk Angel. I also liked how Jericho would call Lillian Vivian. Vivian. Oh, this particular match, gotcha. Well, that won't be forever. Both these guys will get into the WWE Hall of Fame. There's a pretty good chance Jericho, if he stays with AEW forever, they will still put him in the Hall of Fame. Like if Jericho ever graduates to a behind the scenes role in AEW or something, they'll let him go. They'll let him do it. If he was on Stone Cold's podcast, he'll do the Hall of Fame. Have you ever been knighted? No. Those good left forearms by Regal. Very trademark Regal. I think if I was a wrestling heel, I'd do something like that. I'd wave a lot and smile and just be a jackass. Ooh, top rope. Ooh, Jesus, Jericho. Be careful, bro. I don't know exactly how old Mark Henry's hand would be, but it's definitely old enough to drink alcohol. I know that. Well, good, thanks. I've been knighted, says JJ. Sir Greg Morgan. Oof. Oh, you are way far away for that lion salt. If you're going for it, he's going for it. Regal might have helped him out, inching over there a little closer. What? The bell rang? Oh, you're not allowed to jump on the rope? Oh, there's rounds? Oh, it's like that. It's round one is expired. Okay, round one over with. Duchess of Queensberry. Oh, no shit, Zach. What's up? By the way, and Zach's another guy I met over WrestleMania weekend. You and Thomas, right? I didn't know you. Why did I think you guys came separate? So you guys know each other? Maybe I knew that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's really cool. I did subscribe to your channel, by the way, Zach. That's awesome. Love the submission match. Second best Angle Benoit match, in my opinion. Reviewed this show about a year ago with Thomas. That's awesome. How did I not know that? Or maybe I did and just forgot. Sorry, man. That's really cool. Zach and Thomas are awesome dudes. Grab the rope, Jericho. You're there. Jericho's got it. You know, and what sucks is that Jericho and Regal are like too legit. Even then, I mean, even back then, Jericho was tough as nails, you know? Somebody's elbow pad is off. Ooh. And for two guys like this who also worked WrestleMania, right? You do not need a Duchess. I understand you got to have a rematch, maybe a stipulation, something like that. No problem. But Duchess of Queensberry, like, what the fuck? This is Regal and Jericho. You're making a joke out of it, and Regal's tapping. And just like that, and renders the Duchess rules completely useless. Oh, she's going to have something to say here. Oh, he can't win by submission. I thought it was over. Nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. I was kind of thinking in my head, Zach, I had a couple of frosty ones Friday night. I guess you guys were there together, but it didn't register that you came together. So, sorry. Maybe you can bring Veer with you next time and we can all come. Oh, Jericho's going to put... Is he going to put the Duchess of Queensberry in the walls of Jericho? I hope so. Yeah, Thomas was a super nice guy, Zach. If you see him or if he's watching, what's up, dude? Elizabeth loved both of y'all, too. Now what? No disqualification. Okay. You can't win the match by submission, and there's no disqualification. There's no pins, no submissions. You just can't win. The match is over when Regal wins. Okay. And that's it. The Regal's got... I don't understand how this match got sanctioned and signed where it's a match you literally don't know the rules. Is there any other surprises you got for us? Tommy Dreamer in the Hall of Fame next year in Philly? I could see that. Why not? I still have not really watched the Hall of Fame. All I saw of the Hall of Fame is what I saw on my phone while we were hanging out on Friday night across from Staples Center. I wanted to see Ray's thing, so we kind of had the phone on the table watching it a little bit. I was able to see how stupidly gorgeous Stacy still is. Oh my God. That's still all I've seen of it. I haven't really gone back and watched any of the Hall of Fame yet. I haven't watched Dynamite from this past week either. It's been a long week of catch up. Trying to get that video done. That's why I didn't do a podcast yesterday. I didn't want to force one out. I was not prepared. You don't think this is a one-sided affair, do you? Yes, I do. Jim Ross definitely thinks it is. Oh yeah, you're right. Tommy Dreamer might not be the type of image they want to put in. I mean, but a whole nother year from now, a lot of that dark side of the ring. What I remember being gross about Tommy Dreamer is kind of how he like kind of half defended and thought what Ric Flair did was funny because he's from that era. He doesn't understand that. You know, if you're going to be doing an interview, don't say the quiet part out loud because it's a different time now, and not many people are going to find that humorous. But the way I see it too, there's probably already. I mean, there's dick kick. It's no disqualification, so at least Jericho's taking advantage of the Duchess rules here. I mean, there's probably way worse people in the Hall of Fame, way worse human beings in the Hall of Fame. Or the Duchess. Oh, Regal's up now. Good, great. If you have smelled like tuna in a pouch. Oh no. Starkiss to be exact. Oh, there Jericho's beating up the jabrones. Yeah, Duchess. Please put her, at least make this worth it and put her in the walls of Jericho. He is. Maybe he really is. Oh no, who is this woman? Did we ever find out who she was? Is she like somebody's grandmother? International. Oh, Lord. Yes. Oh, I forgot he does this. Thank God she's wearing. Oh no. Her ladyship is tapping out. Now Regal's got the chair. Maybe this match is like a teeny bit more entertaining than I thought it was. And that's it. And he wins with 3 chair shots. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, Demolition in the Hall of Fame. I'd like to meet them too. They do a lot of appearances and signings and stuff. I met the Powers of Pain last week, but have never met Demolition. She is coming out of her hair. Good Lord. Hideous. Hideous match. Hideous concept. Yeah, sure, Jazz. Everybody, like, if you're going to do a bunch of ECW people, next year would be the year to do it. But it is weird that it's coinciding with the 40th of WWE. So I'm not sure if it's going to be an ECW heavy Hall of Fame. It might just be at least one major name. Paul Heyman would be a good one. Look at these two. Vince, I wish we could show 2001 Vince a picture of himself now. Hey, Vince, look what you're going to look like. God damn, pal. Somebody needs to talk some sense into me. Okay, so Vince is still heel. He wants Big Show to murder. What an evil father. Vince. Look at that smile on him. He can't be that happy. He's paying this dude. Big Show signed like a 10-year deal when they brought him in. I don't think he was worth the money, but all right, this is it. 30-minute submission match. So ultimate submission match. So this is only you cannot pin anybody here, right? So however many submissions in a 30-minute period is going to win this. Is that the rules? It's got to be. Kirk Angel and Chris Benoit. Man, I saw Benoit wrestle so many times back in the day. I've seen him win the Intercontinental title too. I was there for the Angle and Benoit match that would happen just the next month. It would be in Richmond on Raw, the cage match where Angle does the big moonsault. I was at that show. Oh, wow. Matthew from Botchamania just posted on this day in 2008, Artie Lang's brutal fight with his assistant Teddy. After this, Artie would leave the show, Howard Stern show, that is, enjoy a drug-filled weekend in Amsterdam, then unwisely return days later. I barely even remember this. God, look at Benoit. Interesting tweet. F the Dutches. They are just ragging on the Duchess. Angle on the verge of going babyface here. A couple more months. He'd turn baby in during the invasion. I always liked Angle's entrance. Just the timing of the pyro and everything was always really cool. It was great watching wrestling at this time because, man, the talent, with Angle coming out of nowhere, like just right out of the blue, holding his own with the Benoits and the Jerichos and stuff. Just such a nice treat. These guys just really legitimized WWE. Their talent was stronger here than it had ever been. Joey Styles for Hall of Fame. I guess I can live with Joey Styles. But I think next year, if you're going to do, it's either do a bunch of ECW guys or just do one. I think if you do Heyman, you don't do anybody else. You don't do Styles, nobody. Heyman needs to stand alone type of thing. So that's what my vote would be. It would be Paul Heyman as the headliner next year in Philly. All those other ECW guys can go in some other time. But Heyman would be a perfect person for WrestleMania 40 in Philly. David Wells, friend of mine. I know David Wells. True story. Comes into my restaurant all the time. David Wells, what, he play in Chicago back then? Oh, yeah. You guys would stop running out for nachos all the time. I don't know what Kurt Angle has against nachos. Nachos are awesome. Such a shame. Like, imagine if he didn't do what he did. I mean, we'd be sitting here just singing insane praises of Benoit. You young kids don't have any clue how great this man was. What a legend. He's so beloved. Went into the Hall of Fame a few years ago with his teenage son Daniel and his wife there by his side. It was such a glorious moment. But nope. Benoit might be an agent in AEW right now, actually, over there with Malenko. All right, here we go. Timer has started. Who would induct Heyman? God, man. I don't know. How do you induct somebody that probably he should be inducting himself, to be honest. He might be the first guy to induct himself. I mean, I wouldn't have Vince do it. I would have probably somebody close to him, and Heyman is the type of guy that WWE would let choose. So it's not a matter of like who makes the most sense. It's a matter of who Heyman would choose. So it might be somebody like a Tommy Dreamer, who I think could do a good job, or somebody else close with Heyman, or somebody that was loyal to him during the ECW days, which is why I think Dreamer makes a possible choice. The only other person I could think of is maybe Brock. I think Brock would be pretty fun. Heyman might prefer someone like Dreamer, but I think the audience would prefer someone like Brock. But it's probably going to be up to Heyman who he chooses. Good, like all these are fine, but again, it's what Heyman wants. So you have to think of it from his perspective. Do you think Heyman would choose RVD? I do not. I don't think Heyman has any problem with RVD, but I don't think he's going to choose him to induct him. This wrestling, man. God, what is this going on? Damn. I mean, this is kind of at a disadvantage to Benoit, because as good as Benoit is, he ain't no Olympic wrestler. I mean, the height and weight of these guys. Benoit's got a half inch on Angle, maybe height wise. They got to be the same weight. What do these guys weigh at this time? 232 each? 235 each? Maybe something like that? Yeah, it could be Roman. I mean, if Roman and Heyman are still together next year and Roman is still champion, it would be kind of cool to see Roman as champion induct the wise man into the Hall of Fame one day before he drops his title, or 2 days if it's on a Sunday again. But Roman, it just depends on what the Heyman and Roman storyline does. CM Punk inducting Heyman. If that's who Heyman chooses, WWE might phone him up. But Heyman's history in wrestling goes so much farther than what we've seen in the last few years. Like, I mean, he had a 35-year run before he even crossed paths with CM Punk or Brock Lesnar, you know? So there's so many possibilities. Damn. These are two guys that both appeared in ECW rings before as well. Benoit worked there for a while. Angle made one appearance there and got pissed. They crucified Raven or something. Fucking Angle, snowflake. Taz could work too. Taz would do a good job. So would Bubba Ray Dudley. Bubba would do a great job inducting Heyman. I trust Heyman to choose his inductor well. I'll just say that. I'm not too concerned about it, because when it comes to an induction like that, it should be about the person going in. It should be about what they want, not what we want. And whoever Heyman chooses, we need to respect. I remember a lot of people, maybe even myself included, not not liking Wade Boggs inducting Hennig until he did his induction. And then you realize what close friends they were, how seriously Wade Boggs took it, how emotional he got, the stories he shared. He did a great job inducting Kurt Hennig, where maybe the Stallone Hogan one wasn't so good. But I remember, he's tapping, but you're outside of the ring. 5 minutes in, we got a tap out, but it does not count. But I remember when Wade Boggs was announced, fans were bitching. And then when it happened, it turned out to be one of the best inductions, post-Omnibus ones that they did. On Angle. Angle has got a chair, and that sounds like a real chair by the sound of it. Benoit needs to calm down, says Paul Heyman. Kyoto, you need to let these guys fight or not? Look at Angle, my shoulder. He's trying to pin him. Nope, he's going for the ankle lock. Nope. And he's tapping. Damn. When do you tap somebody out with that move? Or is that strategy to tap early instead of ripping your knee apart? I guess that is smart. You don't want to run down the clock, or you don't want to fight for 2 minutes to get out of that submission and risk tearing your knee up. Yeah, Jeff, I think you're right. I don't think they really officially announced any of the inductors anymore. Their Hall of Fame sucks. It's a shell. It's so disappointing to me what they've done with the Hall of Fame. Elizabeth texted me the Sally O'Malley clip from SNL last night. I guess it was Molly Shannon. Sally O'Malley's one of my favorites. Just in 5 years, I'll be 50. 50 years old. Oh, there we go. There we go. Cross face. He's way too close to the ropes. Wow. Nice. That's it. Now Angle's tapping. So we're having some submission tap outs here with moves that neither one of these guys have ever won a match with a submission. I'm pretty sure if you look through the record books, you will not see one Chris Benoit armbar submission victory anywhere in the record books. With Angle, you will not see one knee bar submission victory anywhere in the record books. Not even deep on a house show somewhere. Like, this is it. Mike, you will be 46 on May 6th, man. Yeah, the reason you're going to be 46 is because you're old, and I'm not going to be that old. I'm only going to be 45, so I'm not going to know what it's like to be closer to 50 than 40. So that's crazy, man. Sucks to be you. Shit. Hope I never become 46 one day. It's going to suck. He's got to get no. Relieve the pressure. He's got it turned over. He's in the ropes. So if the referee, they should have some rules like in place here, because obviously you can't get DQ'd in this, right? So what's the difference? Oh, shoulder breaker. So what's the difference if you don't break the hold or not? If the guy's in the ropes, you should penalize them a fall if they don't. That should be the rule. And if you don't have any falls, you're -1. You're down. You got to get a fall just to get back to 0. Oof. Nice, Jeff. 35 on May 26th. All right, halfway to 70 ain't as bad as halfway to 90, but I'd still recommend making a will. The end is near, my friend. Oh, I already wrote my will. Tito gets everything. He'll take care of my wrestling DVDs, right? I shouldn't have to worry. Victor, I did see the photo of Kevin Owens and his monster son, Owen. I always knew he had a son named Owen because he's told the story before. I did not realize that Owen is as big as Abyss. 2-1 angle, by the way. 19 minutes left in this one. Oh, he's got a crossface. Another one. Wow, 3-1. How degrading. Yeah, no shit. 3-1 now with under 20, maybe 18 minutes left or so. Oh, you're a Pisces there, Michael Cuomo. I'm a Virgo. I can read your horoscope. You guys want me to read it to you? Here goes. The stars and planets will not affect your life in any way. There you go. Applies to every month. Ooh. Happy Easter to you, Hassan. I've been coming across eggs all day. One in the plant, one in the couch. I don't know what happened like before the crucifixion. If God was like, look, when I come back, I don't want to see any eggs. Like, get them out of my face. You can paint funny little faces on them. I don't care. Just hide them. I think that's the story. I think that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong there on my religious history. But I think I've got it right. God hates eggs. WWE still had that covering on the announce table there because I still think even in 01 they were using those big ass monitors. Hell, I'm trying to remember. And this is 2001, and we have now graduated to this big barricade that they would use. Those metal, regular, normal, old school barricades are gone. I don't recall when that transition was made. We watched, what do we watch? WrestleMania 2000 a couple weeks ago. Did they have the barricade there for that? We Are Pro Wrestling knows the answer to this. When did they get rid of the metal ones and switch to this shit? With this big, wide, all the space that they had, these rubber barricades that gave you all sorts of space and protection. It used to not be like that. Hell, our last watch along, we watched WrestleMania 14, and Undertaker did the big dive over the top rope and landed on the announce table. That's how close they were. Now you got like all this space. We got 15 minutes left here. It's a 3-1 lead by Angle, and Benoit with another Nar slam on the steps. They had it since 98? Oh. Well, it must have been late 98 or mid 98. Did they have it by SummerSlam? It was way after 98, but maybe it was. Definitely had it. They did not have it at King of the Ring 98, Jeff. When Foley dives and lands on the announce table, he hits the barricade and it pushes back. I'm talking about this shit, this black thing they got. When did that start? Might have been 98, so but not King of the Ring. Okay, yeah, probably SummerSlam sounds a little bit more likely. SummerSlam, 1998. Let's just look at a picture of Austin versus Taker, see if we can find it. Austin versus Taker. Images. I can't tell. Shit. Oh, yeah, it's there. So, yeah, by 98, it looks like they had it by SummerSlam. Yeah, so, okay, it had existed for a while, so that would have put it at about 3 years. Interesting. I like to think about stuff like that. Sometimes I never think about this shit until we're doing a watch along. I'm like, when did they start that? All right, we are halfway through, a little bit over halfway through this match. 3-1 angle. Benoit fighting from underneath. We got an abdominal stretch. There's not going to be a submission here. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you. We are Pro Wrestling. SummerSlam 98 was the first. All right. That's earlier than I thought. I was thinking this was like a 2000 thing or something. Crazy. You're going to tap for sure. You're in the sharpshooter, baby. If you tapped out to a knee bar, you're going to tap out to the sharpshooter. Tap. Come on, Angle. Oh, for crying out loud. He made it to the ropes. Don't let go. Might as well not. Because Benoit, damn. Benoit won the Mania match, right? So I'm sorry, Angle. So I feel like Benoit's got to win this. But maybe not. He's pugnacious. Remember the pug? Oh my God, the pug. Who was the pug? Good little worker. What the fuck is his name? Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, yeah. That is a submission. He can't believe he didn't tap out of the sharpshooter. 3-2 now. Like your first show was an AWA show? You're so old? Yeah, you are. Damn. I don't know what that's like to be just that old, that just ridiculously old and old. Okay, here we go. 3-2 angle. I would have liked to go to an AWA show. That would have been sweet. I don't know, Mike, depending on where you live, it's like past your bedtime. I'm assuming you're just recording and you're TiVoing Jeopardy and Wheel. Because I know you like to eat that after dinner at 4:30. To watch a little Jeopardy. Yeah, well, he's got 10 minutes. That's enough time. He's only down one, but still. So next pay-per-view would be, I don't know what these guys do at the next one. Benoit's about to be teaming up with Jericho to win the tag titles. Angle's about to win the King of the Ring, right? Or did he win it the year before? I think he's about to win it this year. No, he won it the year before. Edge is going to win it this year. Angle's going to work double duty. So Angle's going to start a feud with Shane McMahon between now and June. So that means Shane wraps up his bullshit with Big Show here, then starts some crap with Angle. All right, we are under 10 minutes here. 9:45. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, probably would be an Angle's best bet to play defense. Just walk around, stay on the outside, make Benoit chase you around. Oh man, I did too, Mike. I would have loved it. I've pitched the resurrection of the 2-man power trip before with several people. Brock and Roman would make the most sense. Holy shit! Could you imagine that with Heyman in between them playing the role of Vince? Whew. Way Brock came out though and attacked Cody, I was like, oh man, what if? That would have added another dimension to the bloodline story that doesn't really need right now. There's enough meat on that bone without having to add some shit, but it made you think about it. Was Eddie feuding with anyone at this time? I think Eddie might have been gone. Smitty. This might have been when. No, Eddie was at WrestleMania 17, wasn't he? Who did he wrestle? I think he was here still. He was about to be fired, though. He's either just about to be fired or fired already. I don't remember. And he would come back like 02 or something. Chris Benoit, also 1 month away from, or 2 months away, I suppose, from being injured too, right? He would get injured in the King of the Ring match, right? So he'd be out for a year. I think in WWE was pretty hot the night that Benoit and Jericho won the tags. And then Triple H goes down, then Benoit goes down. Crazy. Seven minutes to go. Still up one by Angle. Oh, Eddie's in the European title match on the show. Okay, so it was probably in the November. Eddie made it till November? I don't remember him in the invasion at all. What was he doing during the invasion? Was just minding his own business or something? I feel like it's got to be before November. But because I don't have any memories of him at all in the invasion angle. Break the hold. The sanctuary of the ropes. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was just talking about that. I was at that Raw with the cage match against Benoit and Angle. It was in Richmond. And that must have been when Angle had already started his program with Shane, because I was on the floor and Shane came up and crouched right next to me and waited for his cue. He literally sat right next to me for what had to have been a good minute, waiting for the time when he's supposed to do his run in. I could literally put my hand on his shoulder. It was like he was that close because I was the last seat and he just crouched up on the end of the aisle, and I think it was 11 rows back behind the announce table, and he just crouched right behind me. It was the coolest thing. And he ran in there. So I don't recall how Shane and Kurt even began their feud, but it was going by then because Shane did a run in that night. But I wouldn't doubt it if that's the match that hurt Benoit. Yeah, there is 4 minutes and 35 seconds left here, and Angle's still up one, and he's got Benoit down in a grapevine and choke. Benoit's in no man's land here. Oof. Oof. You better get on the ball here, Benoit. You got about 3.5 minutes left here to get it done. The TLC match on SmackDown. That's right. That was for the tags, right? Yeah. That was a good match. I kind of always assumed Benoit's problem with the neck was just some sort of ongoing issue that just could turn for the worse in one of these matches. I didn't know it was an actual match or move that did it. I just kind of thought it was wear and tear, and his neck was already in bad shape, and then he took a bad bump, and it made it really bad. It's kind of the way I thought it was. Just amplifying the injury off after a rough match or something was always what I thought it was. Victor, appreciate the $5. Benoit said in an interview that he got injured during the TLC match on SmackDown and worked through the injury until King of the Ring. He took a bump in King of the Ring too that I know wasn't good on his neck. Oh. A lot of those guys, I mean, these two guys in the ring right here, both of them, well-documented neck issues. You know, you wrestle this style. Guys are so good. He's tapping, and that's it. Wow, he tapped right away. Yeah, I guess he couldn't hang on for 2 minutes there. I kind of like that. I mean, the Duchess of Queensberry stip was insanely stupid, but I do like that we have like Jericho and Regal and Benoit and Angle like in one-on-one matches for no titles. That's kind of cool. Like at least they're putting the right guys together, you know? If you can just keep powdered wigs out of it, I'd have no problem with any of this. Did Shane tear his quad in front of me? No, but he was kneeling. I've seen a couple of great matches in that building, man. Richmond, that Shane McMahon experience was pretty cool. And then a few years before, I was there for the Mick Foley, Terry Funk, Falls Count Anywhere match, and they brawled right past me. I was right over there by that popcorn machine. And that was cool. Oh, low blow to Benoit with under a minute left. What's the finish here? What's going to happen? This isn't going to be a tie, is it? Son of a bitch. Are we going to tie this thing? Well, he's going to have to gut it out for 30 seconds, like exactly 30. Nope, he's rolling through it. And he's got the Well, there's no way you're going to get a submission now. There's 20 seconds left. This is a tie. Holy shit. There's no pin, so this thing is not going to end. I mean, they're literally going to wrestle as the time goes by. Nope, there he's putting the ankle lock. 10 seconds left, though. No, he's not tapping. And that's it. It's a tie. We watched all that for a tie. We go do a shootout. Get Gorilla Monsoon out here. Let's have some sudden death. He tapped. Angle thinks he won. He did not. Oh, yes. Okay, good. We are getting sudden death. Okay. I don't remember any of this, guys. Good. OT, overtime. I don't know if they haven't made the rule change yet where both wrestlers get possession, right? So I suppose the Angle can just kick a field goal here and win it. Happy birthday, Bianca Belair. I did not know that. Good for her. I've had a birthday before. It usually happens about once a year, somewhere in there. But I've had a bunch of them, like over 40 of them. It's crazy. Kind of like an annual thing. I don't know how many you guys have had, but that's when I celebrate mine. Oh. Angle with the leverage. Oh, you ain't going nowhere, son. Are you going to make it? Yes. Can't believe I'm happy Benoit won, but I think based on Angle's win at Mania, you kind of felt like Benoit had to win here. Good. WWE fan, thanks for being here. Appreciate the $2 late to the party. You have this pay-per-view on VHS. I looked for it. I thought I might have had it, but I don't. I have like 2 backlashes. I have like 02 and something else, but I don't have 01. But I do have the recording from pay-per-view. What a match. That's pretty cool that I guess I never put that together, that a Benoit and Angle 30-minute submission overtime match took place in the Rosemont Horizon. It's a good venue for that. Good wrestling town. Look at Taker and Kane. Look at Taker. No, you got to try the double bacon burger. I'm telling you. Kane's like, I'm a chicken tender guy. Taker's like, no, you're not. You don't understand. If you put extra cheese on that, that's what they're talking about. Look at Stephanie. Oh, Victor, we could watch the Angle and Lesnar Iron Man match from SmackDown 2003. I was supposed to go to that show. That was in Raleigh. And I don't remember why, but I didn't go. My buddy went and raved about the match, and I don't know why I didn't go. Kind of wish I would have made that show. I regret it. Could have been there. All right, it's last man standing match time as Chris Minor, a 7-month member, reminds us that this is not WWF Backlash. This is WWF WrestleMania Backlash. 2001 when turtlenecks were in. I might have had one. It was blue. I looked fly in it. That WCW stuff was just so surreal to me still. Oof. I'm looking forward to it, he says. Oof. Nice. James, you went to this Backlash and you were 9? 9. That's a good age, though. I remember a lot from being 9 of wrestling, like Orndorff and Hogan and Stud and Bundy and Andre and all that's in Piper. Like, I have fond memories. That shit's vivid. Like, I still remember it. Snuka. 9's a good age. You remember shit when you're 9. At least I did. We have to play the nursery rhyme twice. Is that necessary? I would have been fine with once. I always got annoyed with how Show could never figure out his gear. He never found something that just worked. You know, the Andre one strap thing was good for him. That worked and shit. And what he wore for the last several years of his career was probably fine. But this thing he wore and that blue nonsense he had for a while when he was with Jericho, and he could just never find anything that really, like when you think of all the different variations of Big Show, there's not one that sticks out that most fans say that's the best version of Big Show. They all kind of were mediocre at best, were they not? Is the shit he did as the Giant to this day is still the most significant thing he's ever done. And it's a shame too. That's not really necessarily on Big Show. It's more on WWE. I mean, how do you have a guy that just looks like him and you can't? He should have been bigger deal than he was. Oh my God, Big Show, what an idiot. Well, that taking him out. That was, yeah. I was about to say something similar to JR. I'm like, I don't know what you, how you would describe that level of stupidity by Big Show. He's not only not the sharpest tool in the shed, I'm not even sure if he's a tool. Although Rob Van Dam called him one once. Shane got caught. Thank God for that kendo stick. Saving Shane's ass right now. There you go, Show. That's all it takes. This was the debut of Here Comes the Money? No. For reals? I guess it was. I didn't know that. I got to hear Here Comes the Money in person 7 days ago today. I definitely wouldn't have thought sitting in my seat at WrestleMania watching Shane tear his quad that I'd be sitting here 1 week later watching him bash the Big Show in the head with a chair. Keeping chair shot. Shane was always like in decent shape, but he never really showed off his body the way Vince did. He'd always wear that baseball jersey thing. Not that I'm asking for Shane titties or anything. I'm not requesting that. I'm just stating an observation. Oh, what is that? What is that? Perform? I love how the announcer's got to put it over. Like, what does that smell? None of the fans are reacting at all. Like, if this really stunk, wouldn't the fans be going, ew? It's pungent. It's so pungent. It's probably Sex Panther from Odeon. It's made with bits of real panthers, so you know it's good. Stings the nostrils. This last man says he's going to win with this. We've chloroformed people before in wrestling. Who else have we done? I think, why do I think Undertaker's been chloroformed? Or he's chloroformed somebody else. One or the other there. Not even the referee can stand the smell, but everybody in the front row is totally fine. No problem. Vince is on headset. Sell out smells. Oh, there's Vince. Never mind. He's not on headset. He's running. Oh, no. And Vince. So funny how they would reverse roles here in like 2 months. Vince would be the babyface. You son of a bitch. What's he got? A toolbox? Oh, lunchbox. Daddy dearest. Not right. Oh, yeah. Undertaker, Giant Gonzalez. Thank you. That's who that was. And Taker did it to Austin. Oh, yeah. I finally see that XFL banner somebody mentioned in the chat earlier. Now, this is the one where Shane apparently does some acrobatic or does some stage dive, right? So they've got to get all the way down the ramp at some point. You know, I don't know who would really count as the first wrestler I ever met, like met. The first wrestler I think I ever saw in person would have been Lex Luger and Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. I kind of saw them all together wearing suits when they strolled into my little punk ass town like 1991 for a house show. When we went, I have pictures of it. It was a great time. And they were just hanging outside the arena. A bunch of us saw them. But actually meeting and speaking to wouldn't happen until 97. Oh, oh no, I'm sorry, 96. 96 when they got me backstage because I knew Vince's secretary and she hooked me up. Oh, those choke slams on that side of the ring too are even worse. And Shane he doesn't even protect himself properly as it is. Surprised Shane doesn't have a melted noodle at this point. Who's coming now? Test. Okay, so this is something stemming from something the previous week, I guess. And Test and Shane McMahon, look at there, coming back together. How nice. Shane was probably like, actually, I probably should have let you marry my sister. Now that I think about it, would have been better. Anybody who watched my WrestleMania weekend video, you would see that I did meet one or two wrestlers, to say the least. One of them kind of meant a lot to me. Ooh. All right, so Test is out there trying to help Shane, but he's a babyface, I guess. So I always liked Test. Shame what happened to him. Thought he had potential. Pretty athletic big guy. Didn't have a ton of charisma, but had a good enough look to make up for it, I think. The second time somebody's used that keep off sign as a weapon. Okay, so now they're all the way over here by the Backlash set. They are in the shark's teeth. God, you could get impaled on that. Be careful. Another keep off sign. They're just tearing them up. You're going to have to order a whole new keep off set. I think they come 10 in a pack. Shane and Test had a pretty damn good match that SummerSlam that year, didn't they? It wasn't that bad. Oh, he's got a lead pipe. Either that or an industrial roll of tinfoil. Oh. Oh, he's climbing. Oh, Lord. So what happens is Test going to get Show down? Because like, why would Shane jump off this? Unless Show's coming after Shane. But why would Shane get up there and voluntarily dive off? Unless it's to escape. Okay, here comes Test. Okay, so Test is going to pull down Big Show. He's going to place him on that big crash pad. Shane is going to climb up in position. This shit makes me nervous. You ever watched one of those amusement park things, like where the guy climbs up like a 500-foot little skinny ass tower and dives into a pool that's no bigger than a jacuzzi. Like that shit gives me nightmares. Makes my hands sweat. So much can go wrong, you know? So Shane, I don't know why he liked doing this type of stuff. It's not like you're trying to get attention from the company and get yourself a contract, take care of your family. This guy's set for life. And he's like, nope, I'm just going to be crazy. Air filter. I mean, that is wood. He did land on wood. I mean, look at that. Crash pads today look like it's 75 beanbag chairs piled on top of each other. That looks like straight plywood, like full-blown plywood, over obviously a pad of some kind. But shit, how far did he fall? 40 feet? God damn. What's Tess trying to do? Oh, he's going to lift Shane up and put him on the light. Yeah. And that's... Huh. He's... What a great finish. What a great finish. I don't remember anything about this match. Shane is definitely standing. And he wins. All right, perfect timing. I'm going to dip out of here for a second, go say goodbye to Elizabeth. She's going to leave, and I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. Looks like I got back before the next match even started. I like Stephanie explaining this to Vince. Well, what's going to happen, Dad? Oh, how sweet. Oh, it's so disgusting. Oh, they got the Backlash poster over WWF New York. That's cool. Steve Blackman, what's he got? He's got a sampler platter, and I can't tell what that other... What is that other shit? Shrimp? Looks like shrimp. And tomatoes? Shrimp and tomatoes? And pea pods? Or snow peas? Snap peas? Oh, Grandmaster Sexay. Yeah, Steve Blackman was the one who faced Shane last time he did one of those spots. Eh. Brian Christopher and Steve Blackman on WWF New York duty. That's nice. That's a good gig. What, they got the other one here? Scotty's here? Or they're just playing his music for no reason. Okay. Look at this. Damn. I mean, from the perspective of the Big Show, I would not have been able to sit still. I mean, he landed so close to him. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever really watched that back before. Shit. All right, here goes Matt Hardy, European champion. Eddie's involved in this one, right? Yeah, I'd be into Survivor Series 87 for sure. We should do that. Yo, WWF fan forever. No, just regular WWE fan. Thanks for the $5. I went to Hell in the Cell pay-per-view in Detroit where Shane jumped off the cell against KO. Wow, seeing a spot like that is incredible. That's where that match was in Detroit. I didn't even know that. I'd almost forgotten about that. Yeah, Shane has always been doing that, even late in his career. He loved taking those risks. I don't know why. It amazes me how much of that he survived while just tearing his quad on a leapfrog. You know what I mean? All that crazy stuff. Escaped relatively unscathed in all of that. All right, so this is going to be Matt, Christian, and Eddie, and maybe more. Look at his furry glasses. Dino Heat. Here comes Eddie. Look at Eddie. There they go. Yeah, so this is right around the time, I guess a few months later, they'd let Eddie go. All these guys are pretty prime physically. Edge and Christian, I guess, technically were still a team at the time, right? Were they tag champs at this time? No. Undertaker and Kane were. Dominic is here? Oh, I thought you meant for real. I'm like, no. I was like, was he born? He was, but just barely. Dominic's the best. My God. Oh, Insurrection is Saturday, so they got to go overseas after all this nonsense. Brutal travel back then, man. Jeez. I'd hate to have to be in the ring and just some grueling match, being exhausted from the traveling I've already been doing. Ooh. And then knowing I got to fly on the other side of the world. I mean, I drove 2 hours up to LA and spent a weekend there for WrestleMania, and I was beat. And I couldn't imagine going on a trip right now. Doing that every day, all day, crazy. Anyone have those one of those WWF album CDs? I've got them all. They're in the they're not behind me. They're in my walk-in closet. But I've got the WWF the music album from the '80s. I have the Pile Driver album, Full Metal, volumes 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and all that. I got all those. Matt taking Eddie over in a sunset, but it was way out of position. Okay, so Matt Hardy apparently just beat Eddie for the title 3 days ago, according to JR. Oof. Damn. There's nothing wrong with money, says Paul Heyman. Oh, I was hoping Matt was going to not botch that. It looked like he was going to fumble that DDT, but it looked good. King Bling, what Elizabeth think about all this shit? Remarkably cool with it. So I know I met the right person. But especially then, like this is all now just confined to one little corner of the house. But when we met, I was kind of in an apartment and I converted like a corner of the apartment for all this crap for my YouTube and everything. So it was kind of out in the open, but she already knew what I did by the time she came over. She was cool with it. I always remember thinking, I'm like, whoever I date, they're gonna have to be okay with this. So if I get the vibe that they think it's weird or nerdy or dorky, I'm gonna abort mission, find somebody else. Already fighting for his European title life. I don't even know if we get a title change here or not. I have no clue at all. They would do hot potato changes back then all the time, so it's conceivable they'd put the belt on Matt just to take it off of him 3 days later, whatever JR said. Ooh, Eddie. You barely got out, son. No, I didn't ask him how Jeff was doing. I told him I didn't want to just press that. I just told him to wish him well. Oh, it's Edge. I'm like, is that Test again? It's Edge. Jimmy Corderas did not see any of that. One second away. There's Jeff. Speak of the devil. You got that right. You got Edge, Christian, the Hardys. You got Eddie. Wonton on. Who's he trying to help? What's going on here? Oh, he's trying to help Matt. Okay. I'm like, why? Yes, Matt Hardy retains. Good. See, you always get the little bit back. You have to pay attention to who wins at Mania when you have these rematches because it usually goes the other way. Edge's shirt trips me out. I'll never forget way back in like 2016 when you guys were like, you gotta check out this broken Matt shit. And I'm like, fine. And I'll do a review of this nonsense, whatever's going on. It was so funny. God, this is just a stupidly unnecessary bump for literally all these guys. Like, look at how like Show having to sit still. I wouldn't have been able to sit still. I would not be able to do it. I'm like, my life could end. I'm trying to wake up tomorrow. God. Look at Test. His reaction was crazy. All right, here we go. Main event. Triple H, Stone Cold against the Brothers of Destruction for all those belts. Was this was one of the matches where all the belts were on the line, right? Like if Austin got pinned, he'd lose, and same for Triple H. Is that how it went? Same thing how they did with Diesel and Shawn when they fought Yokozuna and Owen or Davey or whatever. Same thing, right? Shaking with Vince. Why, Steve? Why? Here comes Triple H, very mad. That was kind of a crazy scenario that night. And I remember even then I was starting to say things like, well, the visual of this is pretty cool, but what's like in kayfabe, Triple H tried to murder Steve Austin, literally kill him. Rikishi too. Rikishi's a babyface again by this point, and Triple H and Austin are now on the same page. Like, how does a character like Austin, Mr. DTA, get over that within a matter of months? Triple H was revealed as the mastermind in what, October? And here it is, April? And they're friends? They're bros? Insanity. Complete insanity. Put yourself in Austin's shoes. Somebody tries to kill you. Y'all gonna go out for beers 4 months later? No. How could you even trust each other, even when you are on the same page? And I feel like before Triple H's injury and Austin's injury, he'd get injured too, right? Soon after this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Vince is explaining the rules, but it felt like they were kind of planting the seeds for Triple H to beat Austin for the title. But then Triple H got injured. Triple H started getting over with the smarks around this time. He was not hated back then. He was actually respected, and fans were starting to acknowledge him. And a lot of people, honestly, liked him better than Austin around this time. And that's why you felt like they were teasing stuff. They had a few miscommunications, dissension. And it could turn out, it felt like they were going to be going in a direction of a babyface Triple H versus a heel Austin. They might have done that at SummerSlam, but the invasion made everything crazy. But that Triple H injury might have helped get Angle into that spot. Angle might not have gotten that without Triple H going down. I thought about let me know what you think about this. I thought about this at first for an edited type of video series, but just based on the kind of time I have to do that, it might be more fun to do these live and easier. But if we did kind of like a what if segment where we'd come up for like an hour and we'd pick one topic, like what if the screw job didn't happen, or what if I don't know, something else. What if so and so won the title? Any sort of situation where we would book it and speculate what would happen in a different universe type of thing. And the domino effect and the circumstances that could develop from that and how much it could change the business depending on what topic we're talking about. I thought it might be fun because we do a lot of that anyway when we're on these live streams. So we could dedicate a whole topic to that. Like, what would happen if Shawn Michaels never got injured in that casket match against Undertaker and he never took any time off? What would the business look like? What opportunities would he have gotten that somebody else wouldn't have? Who would not have become a big star because of that? Or maybe not as big of a star? Things like that. I think it might be a good subject and all sorts of stuff to talk about. I've always thought about doing that and like just doing it and recording it and just editing it down, but shit, man, it's hard to find time to do that. Unless I'm doing it full time, which I'm not at this point. All right, here comes Austin. God, those things, I'd worry they're going to spike me as I walk through them. Hey, at least WWE's got the rights to the Disturbed theme. They're playing this. Austin with the red leg braces. Stone Cold. Yeah, I actually like Disturbed theme. I was somebody at this time who didn't like a ton of change, especially with a theme song that I already liked and was already really over. But I got used to this one pretty quick. It was good. Man, who whooped my ass in front of my own family. Pardon me, I'm just getting something. Sorry about that. I was trying to look for something, but it wasn't over here. I wanted to show you something. I'll have to show it to you on the next stream. Kane was jacked. I loved the shape that he was in back then. He was physically, at this time, at his best. Remember how dominant he was at the Royal Rumble a couple months before this? Like, my God. He was the last guy in there with Austin. That was one of my favorite nights of Kane's career. I already liked him, but by that point, I'm like, man, this dude is a boss. And I was happy to see that he was finally getting his due because in the ring, he was so much better than like a Sid or a Kevin Nash, but only not even a 20th as popular. So once he found the Kane character, he was able to, in many ways, match or surpass what they did in terms of big men and their legacies. I think Glenn's politics are dog shit, and he's kind of turned into a trash person, and all of his peers in wrestling are letting him know that. He's disappointing a lot of people. But doesn't mean that his career wasn't badass, because it was, especially when he was Kane. This is like one of my favorite versions of him. He was so big. And he was physically more impressive than Taker, really. Yeah, I didn't realize Kane was had that injury, so he's that's probably going to play into the finish because we know who wins here. Spoiler if you saw this thumbnail. And we got Earl reffing this thing so far. 3 of these men are in the Hall of Fame. Triple H would be another candidate for next year, but I don't know if you could do Triple H and Heyman in the same year. One of those guys would be a headliner. So I'm still voting Heyman next year, but maybe just save Triple H, do him at 45. WrestleMania 45, Triple H. Austin checking on Triple H. Austin was good with that stuff with Brian Pillman too when they were the Hollywood Blondes. Rougeau's did that a lot. I liked heel teams that would console each other or check on the other in a very loving manner. All right, these guys are stalling. Yeah, these heels doing heel things. Austin it was a pretty good transition. He was because Austin here is not really the same heel he was in '96 or '97. He had way more personality to him, and he was a little bit more super ridiculous than he was. He was pretty ridiculous as a heel in '97 and '96, but this was a whole different level. He knew how to do it because he'd done it before. Hmm. Here we go. They're going to go chase him down. We will just come retrieve you. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Earl has no control yet. There we go. Now Austin's on the table. Everybody's 2 people have taken a table bump so far, or table shot. I would love the match Triple H and Kane had the next month. We should watch that one day. Judgment Day, 2001. I was happy Kane won. You like the evil Dennis better than Kane? Y'all are crazy. Hmm. And Triple H, too, around this time, in terms of how much he was working, he was balls to the wall, man. He was working every show. and been wrestling hard and having memorable pay-per-view matches dating back a couple of years now, all through 99 when he won the title, then into 2000 with the Cactus Jack feud and WrestleMania, everything he did with The Rock and Kurt Angle, then into the Austin stuff, then WrestleMania, Undertaker, now this shit. You know, it's a wonder he got injured. You know, his body was probably like, you need to chill. Let's put you on the shelf for 10 months. The only time I really remember him missing was that period in 98 there between SummerSlam and Survivor Series. I know, Austin begging off is just crazy. Yeah, Taker doing the Austin stomps. He doesn't do it as good. Well, Mike, it's not that weird because I actually have an Isaac Yankem shirt. I do not have a Kane shirt, so there might be something to that. Maybe the dentist is more over than we give him credit for. Elizabeth got it for me for Christmas one year. Isaac Yankem. Victor Colon, a TNA show, ECW's Tribute, Hardcore Justice. It's on YouTube. We could do that. Let me ask you this. If you don't have YouTube Premium or anything, are you going to have to watch like a million ads through that stuff, or you just have to watch one? Worry about that part of it, people being able to keep up. But we could try that. We've never tried anything on YouTube before. Give it a shot. Probably be a little bit easier than Peacock. I'd probably want to provide the link to the actual video in the description. You can just go right to it. Probably be pretty easy. And that's in August. What year did that happen? Hardcore Justice. I've actually never owned a Kane shirt now that I think about it. I've never had a ton of wrestling shirts, but I had all the big ones. I had Austin 316. I had an NWO. I had a DX, like the original gray DX or silver. Art Foundation shirt I had. Brian Pillman shirt I had. Uh-oh, old school. Who's he got? Triple H? Fans love old school. Undertaker in Chicago won the WWE title in this building at WrestleMania 13 over the Sidster, who has only half the brain that you do. (2010). Wow, that was literally like 1 month before I moved to California. Crazy. Crazy. Austin and Triple H both hobbling down the aisle is pretty funny sight. Oh, Austin's in no man's land. He's either going to get a choke slam or a last ride. Here's Triple H for the save. Elbow to the forehead of Taker. He's down, saves Austin. Austin, Triple H back in control. They got Taker pinned. And one-armed Kane over there, and nothing he can do. Main event was Sabu versus RVD. Originally, the main event was supposed to be RVD versus Jerry Lynn, but Jerry got injured. Oh, that's a bummer. I watched the second one, or maybe it was whatever the one was the best between RVD and Jerry Lynn. I bought that on pay per view and watched it that night live. I was blown away. First time I'd ever seen like a match that insane that would be kind of close to what an NXT match would be now, or was back during the Black and Gold, or one of these crazy, dramatic near fall affairs that are kind of commonplace now. But man, that match was so good. Way to go, Mike. You had that sweet high flyer shirt. That's awesome. I mean, you wear that into a singles bar. I mean, you're gonna be have to beat him off with a stick. You know, Phil might think he has a trademark on that, but you slap a high flyer shirt on yourself, you'll be the magnet. Austin rocking them red knee braces. I'm a pretty simple guy. Black trunks, black boots, black and red knee braces. Because I like a little red. Kind of makes the outfit pop. Hmm. Man, they put those belts on Taker and Kane pretty quick just to take them off them, didn't they? They must have just beaten Edge and Christian. I keep forgetting the IC and the world titles on the line. Hey, Greg Gagne being a high flyer is pretty funny. Only a little bit less believable than Bob Holly being a super heavyweight. Thez press. Scores with the Thez press. He's up. Both of them. He tags Kane. I love when Kane flies. It's so awesome. He's moving around pretty good on that arm now. He was selling it earlier. Now he's throwing Triple H off the other side. Kane's on a roll. It sucks that Dynamite is on Wednesdays, because what if Wednesdays would be really fun? Unless I have it off and we could do it before Dynamite. But I'm actually going to be working all week this week, so I'm not going to be watching Dynamite anyway. But I'll try to think of a good time to do them. A lot of nights are out because any night that I'm not working, I'm already up doing stuff. It would be best if I could edit these and just release them on the channel, but in terms of finding enough time to do that and dedicating enough time to do it for what might only be, 1,000 views or a couple, I don't know if it'd be worth the time. But it would be fun because we have so many things we could do and ideas and topics. There you go, Austin, wrapping Kane's arm up. I mean, hell, how many people has Austin won the tag title with? Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley. Who am I missing? Those four for sure, right? So that's four right there that we came up with easily. There might be one missing. Know what's a shame they didn't do is have Austin and Vince win the tag titles. They should have. That would have been funny. They could have done it right around this time. Oh yeah, Brian Pillman. I kind of meant WWE, but yes, Brian Pillman too. That's a lot. That's basically all the top stars. It was around 97 that I started I was like, this is really weird. I hadn't really seen anything like that before. And when like Austin was like, when you're starting to put two top stars together and win titles, and I guess they did that with the two dudes with attitudes, but Austin winning it with Michaels in 97, I just thought was really strange. Stephanie. Piston like right hands. Kane could probably take stiffer shots with that mask. I mean, that's pretty thick leather. So, I mean, you can't full blown punch him or anything, but you could probably at least put a little bit more force behind those. Good protection. Taker's busted open a little bit there, but not much. Prior to this, Kane and Taker had not won the tag team titles, right? Were they champs before? Before 2001, had they ever captured them? I don't think they did in 98 or anything when they were temporarily together. I don't think this is probably their first time, unless I'm forgetting one. One of my favorite Taker Kane moments. It's like one of those, before they would go to a commercial on Raw, it'd be a backstage shot of the talent walking down somewhere or whatever. And it was Undertaker and Kane. And Undertaker offers him the chewing tobacco. And Kane just looks at him. Just a funny little moment. He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Look at this thing I'm wearing. What am I going to do with that? And it was just in the look. You could see what Kane was saying just in the look that he gave through the mask, mind you, to his brother. It's subtle moment, but one of my favorites. Always cracks me up. I don't know what Raw that is or when it was, but it was awesome. It might have been the same one where Kane's got Stephanie over his head, like on the balcony, and then Taker goes, Kane, send Stephanie down here. That was good too. Some of the things they did, Brothers of Destruction, were funny. You wouldn't think they'd have a comedy element to them, but they had their moments. Oh. All right, we are down to our final, I guess, 9 minutes in this contest here, so we're gonna have to get a hot tag here. We've already had one. Oh shoot! Almost hit my mic. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Did not miss anything. Just wanted to give Tito some food because he was making noise. Triple H going to the top is weird. Yeah, we're still a year and a half away, Victor, from Katie Vick. Tag to Austin. Sleeper. Kane almost, that arm is wrapped as if it's almost like a legit injury. Remember when Austin beat him for the title in 98? Oh, he had that same shit on his arm or on his elbow. He got pedigreed. I have no idea what the finish here is. Tag to Austin, who goes for the pin. Don't know why Triple H just didn't go for the pin. I know. Jim Ross just said the same thing I did. Why did Triple H just not go for the pin? Choke slam to Austin by Taker. He gets out. Stephanie's on the apron. Stephanie's like, come here, Earl. Look at her. Oh, he shoves Stephanie. Tito, you're back already? You ate that? What's up, dude? And Austin kicks out. So tenacious. Earl's down. Is he trying to get Taker out? Earl is bouncing between the ropes. Taker just taking them both out, but Earl is not going to allow any of this. But Taker hooking Triple H up with a 10-piece. One for Austin. Nice, Justin. Glad you made it just in time. We are wrapping things up here. What do you got? 4 minutes left in this match? We are getting close to finish time, but it's been a funny pay-per-view, man. Holy cow. Some of the stuff I had completely forgotten about. That Shane bump was nuts. Last ride. Is he going to get out? Wow. No, he's not legal. Earl done told you. Earl's so animated with trying to explain why. Oh, now Earl's down. Stunner to Kane. Mike, I got to think about next week's watch along. I'm still like behind. We still got to talk about the WWE sale. I haven't totally decided if we're doing a Raw review tomorrow night or not. So I got things to figure out, but stay tuned. And I just found out I got a hellacious week at work ahead of me. So I'll make things happen. We will do a watch along next week unless there's a pay per view I'm forgetting. But I don't think there is. So we'll be doing that. ECW Barely Legal is a candidate. I might put up a poll since I have no idea what to do. We'll try to come up with some suggestions and throw a poll up on YouTube. What are the fans looking at? Oh, I was like, is there a fight? Nope, there's a fight. All right, it's Triple H and I'm sorry, Austin and Taker. Kane, big boot to Stephanie. Oh my God, what's he going to do to her? Is he going to tombstone her? Here's Vince with a sledgehammer that he's going to pass to Triple H. Don't land it. Don't hit your wife. Oh, right to Kane's elbow. Oh, this is going to be it. Oh, and that's going to be it. He's going to throw Earl in after the sledgehammer to the head of Kane. 2 new tag team champions, Austin and Triple H. What a team. Who now hold all the gold. Vince dragging Stephanie out of there. That's hilarious. Damn it. Austin, a tag team champion in 2001, was pretty crazy. Triple H being a tag team champion was crazy because had he been tag team champion before Hunter? I don't think he had, right? Was this his first tag? Who would he have won it with if he was tag champs before? I don't think he had been, so it's got to be his first title unless somebody corrects me, but yeah. Triple H, just like that, has two titles 1 month after WrestleMania. Look how mad Vince is. The world's greatest father. Triple H right there, sledgehammer to the injured arm. You knew that arm was going to come into play. They were setting it up all week. And sledgehammer. So this is when Triple H completed the Grand Slam. Yeah, because I don't remember him winning tags before. So, but he had won the European IC and the world title. So hell yeah, you just got to win that women's title, and it'll be a clean sweep for the game. All right, right on, guys. I am really glad that we squeezed in a watch along on this Easter Sunday because I had a busy day. I kind of ruled it out, but then I realized that I think we can do one. Why not? Because I got a busy week this week, and just in case I'm not up here as frequently as I need to be, at least I was up here tonight to hang out with you guys a little bit, and it was a blast as always. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Easter. If you're off this week for any reason, spring break, that type of stuff, enjoy your time off, and hope you're able to relax. And you might see me tomorrow night, depending on what's slated for Raw and if anything crazy happens. Otherwise, I'll be here this week for some sort of an update or a stream or something before we get to Saturday's Winged Eagle podcast. I just have to figure that out. So you guys take care. Thanks for being here, and I will catch you very